God, this is terrible.
Bitch.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to season 4 of Voyage to the Bottom of the Barrel. Bear with me. I'm just getting over a cold that's had me down for the last 4 days. So if my voice sounds a little whatever, that's just gonna be a thing. But let's get this rolling. I'm just gonna introduce the panel. We have a couple guest stars today. We will start with Lady Shasha.
Hi, nice to be back.
Yeah, right? New season, let's do it.
And you picked some movies that are kind of nostalgic for me because I grew up with my dad taking me to see Sword and Sorcery movies at the drive-in theater.
Right on.
Yeah. Pajamas watching men in loincloths fight with swords.
Awesome. Next up, Professor Cinema.
Hello. Nice to see everybody tonight.
Did you enjoy the movies?
Well, I don't want to give too much away, but I don't think you're getting bottom scores tonight.
Well, I'm the season 3 winner, so that's fine. And now, Master Chaos.
I should have been the season 3 winner. I don't know how the fuck.
Killing 3.
I mean, I don't know, man. Okay, whatever. You earned that. But yeah, it's funny that Lady Shasha was into Sword and Sorcery movies, because if I had to pick my least favorite genre, it would be that. But we'll get into that when we explore the films on tap.
The films are all right. And our first guest tonight is Rainbow Fright.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the panel.
Thank you so much. So this was, quite the experience. With Lady Shasha and Jose, we've done Guilty Pleasures. And this, these two films definitely rank amongst those films that we watched way back when. And I was just reliving another kind of, or that hell that I lived back then with them. I was like, man, why did I agree to do this? But there were some good moments here and there for each. And yeah, I'm sure we'll get into all of that.
All right. And last up, we have Nino.
Hi.
Yay!
What's up?
So I just want to leave this on a cliffhanger. Y'all picked movies that definitely confirm I'm gay. I'm a homosexual. And I'm pretty sure I don't know, some of those heterosexual men during those ages, I was like, I wouldn't have made those choices and still had my head about my shoulders, but no.
Well,
outfits were questionable.
I've been wanting to bring Nino on for a while, and I said tonight's the night because I'm not sure if he's into dudes. This is just gonna test him.
No, yeah,
now.
Remember what I told you? I'm not gay, but my husband is, so that's
right.
Like my little.
That's right.
My little secret.
Yeah, that's right. You clarified that for me. I appreciate that.
Thank
you. Hold on.
So Sword and Sorcery.
Sword and Sorcery movies. Yeah. Beastmaster 3 and The Quest for the Mighty Sword, which, depending on where you read it, it says it's like a part 3 or a part 4. I don't know. Like Troll 3, Troll 4. You can read 8 different titles for it on IMDb.
Yeah. I was wondering that because when they showed Grendel, I'm like, isn't he from Troll 2? I was looking at him like, what the?
That's the only tie-in, literally. It's like they just use the same shit.
Yeah,
but he gets to fuck, which is crazy.
Yeah. So nasty.
Gross.
Yeah, so this is 4 seasons deep. I think everyone knows how it goes.
Hypothetically, if you didn't, though.
If you didn't, we just discuss each movie. We do I guess we don't really do a spoiler-free specific section anymore.
The second half. We
just give our initial thoughts, and then everyone will go around, and then we'll do our final thoughts and barrel ratings after everyone's had their initial reactions, I guess.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, and the goal for the host is to have as few barrels as possible by the end of the episode.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Everyone's looking for a
movie.
perfect 0. I know I shit the bed on that with these because I don't think, I mean, like, these are pretty good compared to the shit we watched last season. So, any preference on which one y'all want to start with?
The
Uh,
sword one, if
yeah.
the sword one, preferably, because it was terrible. I mean, just
Okay.
All right. Quest for the Mighty Sword. Let me, read a synopsis here because I didn't find a good enough trailer that I was going to play, and then it was just like, it all just looked like shit. So, all right. Once upon a time, a god gave a mighty sword to a king to bring justice to his people. Now he wants it back, but the king would rather give his life than the sword. That's all it says. So, I mean, I don't know if that really describes the plot that well, but
not at all.
you know, that's what it says. So we're just gonna go with it, and then people can get a feel for it with our critiques for it. So let's go this way around. Lady Shasha, you start.
I was unsure why the mother initially wanted to off herself. Like, it was like saying to her son, "Oh, because your father's gone, I'm going to kill myself too, so I can be with your father." Like, F you, kid. Good luck. I can leave you with this Nilbog resident. I don't understand that. And then this dude, instead of giving her I don't know if I can say that word on a self icing potion, he gave her a love potion, and then we got to see I wouldn't quite call it soft core, but it was gross enough. Like, I just can only hope that they used like a flavored Astroglide on the
Bye.
while she was trying to kiss on those I'm losing words. And then it said she went mad, which, yeah, that makes sense. That she would go mad after that. I also wrote that you can do a drinking game with this movie. Every time Ator tries to split him in half with a sword that doesn't work, take a sip, you'd be messed up. Those parts were kind of fun. He had this goddess named Neph. I think she was a goddess. Maybe she was a witch. I don't know what she was, but she always would just pop up and just kind of give him plot armor and exposition. But exposition lady, that's what we'll call her. Magical exposition lady would pop up and help her.
I read that she was called a soothsayer.
Oh, okay.
Which made sense to me. I was like, all right, I get that. Yes.
The battle with the slime monster was a little bit anticlimactic because it seemed like it was really short. And I actually watched this one on regular speed. Which, for the newbies here, sometimes we will watch a movie on 1.75 speed. That is
Always.
because it's so bad. You want to get it over with quickly. Do you have any other thoughts? I thought the movie was over and it was still 40 minutes left.
Bye.
For real.
Stop. Like, oh, okay, this is the end of it, right? No, there's still more. But I actually would have liked this as a kid. Like, this is the type of movie 7-year-old me would have loved this movie.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Not.
All right, Professor.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to agree. Also, if I were a kid and I were watching this movie for the first time, I would have loved it. It would have been my bread and butter. Coming at it now, though, there's a lot of weird things about this like, there's the king who kidnapped the I guess princess style character. I got really freaked out by the fact that he kept carrying around a fake cat. That messed with me. I didn't like it. But I always focus on weird things too. But so there are several times the movie could have ended that it didn't. And I thought what started the movie was going to be he's going to go after the god who killed his father and, kill the god. That never happens ever in the entire movie. He just ends up fading into the nothingness after he kills a whole lot of other people. So, hey, whatever works. And then it's like they couldn't figure out what exactly to throw at him also, because like weird random plot elements that they would keep adding through the film just to like pad out time. but I mean, outside of that, yeah, as a kid, I would have loved this, and I didn't actually dislike it this time either. So,
Love that.
All right, MC.
I as a kid, I would have hated this. As a grown man, I also hate this. If it had boobies, that would have been a different question. That would have been like, ooh, Deathstalker. Now that's a masterpiece. Here, this is some dumbass shit. This is really bad stuff. I mean, I think my favorite part about the movie was that Aitor, even though he had long hair, he still looked bald at times.
At times.
Right? I was like, what the fuck? His hair is so odd to me. It was like thinning, long, it's the strangest thing ever. Look, it's terrible. It's all over the place. It's a Joe D'Amato movie. He's not really known for quality. Laura Gemser, Black Emmanuel, she shows up for a little bit. She doesn't really do anything. You know, it's. Oh wait, is she in this or is she in the other one? I think I'm getting movies mixed up. No, she's in the other one. Fuck that. Take that back. No, she's in this. No, yeah. So Laura shows up very briefly as a cameo. Blink and you miss her. She keeps her clothes on, so whatever. Not as important story wise. The movie's confusing, and it feels like it's 5 different movies cut together. The first half of the movie, oh, my son who is also named Aitor, you must avenge me because I get killed by a piece of wood. Because there's a part where he gets stabbed by the sword and he takes the sword out, and then the fucking wooden end is to the camera. Stupid. Then he grows up, and I'm like, wait, didn't that guy die? Oh no, wait, that's the son. And then it flashes back to when he was a kid. It goes, oh, okay, then he's not the kid. No, he is the kid. For some reason, they put the flashback after introducing him as a grown-up. It makes no sense. Yeah, and then the mom has sex with the fucking troll. I don't know whose idea that was. I mean, this woman, I really hope they paid her well, because she's sitting there like making out with the top lip of the stupid plastic mask. So, and like the guy in the mask is like moving around like this. I'm like, come on, man. I'm glad she didn't go any further, because that would have been I mean, at that point we're talking Oscar winner. But luckily, you know, it stayed PG for the most part. It's your basic quest movie, but it's so nonsensical and dumb that I just this is like the worst example of a Sword and Sandal movie. There's probably worse movies, but of the recent ones I've watched, it's some dumbass shit is the best way for me to describe it. That's my opening salvo on Quest for the Mighty Sword, also known as Aitor 4, the Hobgoblin, also known as Troll 3. Fucking Troll 3. How stupid. Okay. Sorry.
Did you get it all out? Did you say it all?
I'm gonna save some fire for later. Go ahead.
Oh shit. Yeah, I would actually have to agree with Jose and a lot with what he said. You know, I wouldn't have liked this as a kid. I definitely didn't enjoy it now, but there were some things that I did appreciate about this. It's funny how you say you wish there were some boobies or some, you know, sexual moments there to kind of make it more interesting, because it was made by a dude who did a lot of porn, and it was kind of like he thought that like he could just take these, you know, type of, you know, actors. Yes, there I'm sure are some talented, you know, porn actresses and actors out there, but he just kind of had the same quality, but without all the fun of the tits and sex and all of that shit. Because yeah, that would have made it just a little bit more interesting. But I did appreciate the costumes, even though they were silly and goofy at times. You know, it was, you know, there was some effort there, and I did enjoy some of the special effects makeup of some of the creatures and the troll. Of course, it did come from another movie, but it was still cool to look at, you know. But yeah, we had this 40-year-old looking dude playing a 17-year-old guy turning 18, and just really hard to watch and listen to. I did find it humorous that we had this antagonist petting his statue cat the whole time, so that, you know, at least made me chuckle throughout the movie, you know, at least toward the end there. But yeah, it was just, you know, a valiant effort, but just didn't quite make it for me as a movie I would ever want to watch again or suggest to anybody.
At least she's honest.
Well, that's good. Then I did my job. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Nino.
Well, for starters, I thought I was watching like the B-roll footage of Princess Bride for like a half second. Like, I was like, oh, this gonna be lit. And then I realized, I was like 10 minutes into the movie and I was like, that's the dad from Good Luck Charlie. That's Eric. Yeah, that's the dad from Good Luck Charlie. I was like, dang. And what's crazy is he exactly to everyone's point. I mean, you know, Jose said it, but like, how you gonna have thinning hair and how you gonna look like that? He looks better now.
Mhm.
So the adrenochrome kicked in. So proud of him for that. I wasn't like, I don't know. I got lost in the sauce, babe. It was, the camera work was definitely filmed on a camera.
Mhm.
And the set design, thank God most of it was practical, because heavens, the CGI stuff was questionable at best. And then some of like the facial choices, I wouldn't have been yeah, I don't know. Like I like overanalyzed it to the point where I'm like, I'm done. I'm good. I got in about 30 minutes. I'm like, I'm just gonna enjoy the rest of it. I was like, oh, it can't get bad. Hey, plot twist, it did. So it was what's the word I'm looking for? What's like a more subtle way of saying it sucked, but also using the word interesting?
Diarrhea?
It was honestly, it was the Mucinex. No, not the Mucinex. It was the like xylem husk of cinema.
Oh man.
It was
Wow.
that. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, Your Honor.
That's going on the poster, by the way. The Silent Husk of Cinema.
It is like, I mean, how many times did we all collectively look at this movie and be like, "What the fuck is actually happening?"
All the time.
A
Yeah.
lot.
I watched my birth on tape, and I had less questions. And on going, speaking of childhood, I probably would have enjoyed this movie as a kid, but like prior to coming to America. So as a refugee in Bosnia with nothing to watch and like you're relying on very little moments for entertainment, this would have been perfect to escape the Serbians. But what do I know?
Well, there you go. That's why this movie was made. It was made for your people.
Thank you so much. Shout out to former Yugoslavia.
Oh God.
Oh boy. All right. Yeah, I put this movie on literally right before I had to do this, so I wanted to watch this like up to the most last second possible, because Beastmaster 3 I've actually seen more times than I'd like to admit, but this movie, I don't know what it was. Like I started at 1.5 speed and upped it to 1.75 speed, then upped it to 2 speed, which was almost impossible to hear because they have this stupid fucking music in it. Like every time the troll guy comes on there, it sounded like I was like playing a video game almost, like old Zelda video game where it was like, it was terribly added. Like I just hate the way they scored the film. It's irritating because it just comes in like abruptly. It's there, this loud ass fucking music, but also the sword. The swinging the sword at this fucking troll. He gives him the sword and then he's like immediately cuts him. Why does he make another sword and play this whole stupid game shit that he gives him the fake sword over and over again? Why is he doing that? And then he finds the sword that's broken in half.
I have an answer. He's a troll, so he was trolling him.
She sat on that one. Lady Shasha, how long did you have that one in the barrel?
I actually just thought of it.
You did good, kid. Virgos, man.
But it was just ridiculous because he finally finds the sword and the woman gave him the sword because only his magic could fix it or some shit. And then we see Aitor put it together in 2 minutes, just breathing fire on it with the fucking thing, hammering it a couple times, and then it's a perfectly. It irked me. That part irritated the shit out of me, actually, because now he has the sword and then he cuts the guy in half, but he's just like, and he just splits apart. I don't know. It was
That
weird.
was satisfying for me because he had
Yeah.
attempted to slice him in half twice before, and on his third try, he finally got him, and I was like, hell yeah!
Yeah,
he
but like
finally got
slice them up and like have them like blood and guts
Yeah,
shoot
there
out.
should
Not
have
just
been
put,
more
like two
blood and
pieces of
guts.
paper.
Yeah,
But
Look,
no,
it-
you're right.
it-
You're right.
it just all that said though, I after watching 3 seasons worth of shitty movies, I didn't hate this movie. It's bad, but I didn't like want to like go away for eternity and never open my eyes again. Like it wasn't that bad, but
It wasn't.
I
Korean
mean,
Soul.
yeah. Oh god.
oh yeah.
No, it's nothing. That was like one of the worst movies ever, and this movie didn't even come close to that. So on that note, it's slightly better. But let's just run right through the barrel ratings and final thoughts. Shasha.
I don't even want to. Well, yes, I'm gonna give it at least 1 barrel for it being an actual movie with actual cameras and lighting and
Thank
costume
you.
design and all the things that make a movie. It's just not a very good movie. And also, I want to give it probably a half a barrel for the freeze frame at the end, like freeze frame and the sequel baiting. Yeah, 1.5 barrels for that.
Good. Professor.
So, something I thought somebody would have brought up, and Nino brought up about how the Ator actor was in Good Luck Charlie. But another funny role that he was also in, that if you think about it, is sort of like very similar in costume, but not similar in character. He played the dressmaker or dress designer in American Wedding.
He
The
did.
big gay bear with assless leather pants.
No,
Oh,
he
pirate
did.
puppy
He
shirt.
did. He did. I'm
That was
remembering
him.
this.
Wait, what's the name of this? Because I need
He's
to
one of the best parts of that movie.
American
Yeah,
Wedding?
he is
What
the best
fuck
part
is
of that
this?
movie.
No, he literally is. I just remember that he was gay in
He
that
does
movie.
the whole dance off with Stifler, man.
Yes. Bruh, he was gay.
So yeah, he was in American Wedding as a gay wedding dress designer, and it was hilarious.
Wow.
But for barrel ratings, I think I'm gonna have to give this one 2 barrels, just because I would probably watch it again if I was with people that hadn't watched it, just to make them watch it.
Do you like torture? Like, is that like a kink?
I have moments.
Or...
Torture's great.
I have moments where I want to torture the people that I've like. What was one of the other bad ones? Well, it turned into a good one because I think I ended up giving it like 2.5 barrels. It was Lady Shasha's movie, Curse of the Queer Wolf.
Werewolf?
Oh yes, yes.
I like, as I watched it alone, and it was awful. But then like talking about it and
love
making
that
jokes about it and
movie.
having fun with other people, it was hilarious. And I have made other people watch that with me since then. So that was a hidden gem that is still paying for me right now.
I like
So
how
what'd you say-
subversive it was. Like it's very tongue in
Yeah.
cheek.
It is
Did you say 1.5? I'm recording it.
2.
2. Okay.
Yeah, 2 for this one.
Sounds good. All right, you done, pal?
Yeah.
Okay. I like how the movie's called Quest for the Mighty Sword, and the fucker gets it in the first 20 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
What the hell, man? What'd you call
Yeah.
it that? That's like calling Die Hard airport ride. Hey, let's meet Argyle. What the fuck, man? Anyway, sorry. Look, I'm gonna look at my notes real quick, but this is a shitty movie that no one really should watch. Nonsensical to the point of I think on purpose it was maybe an experiment on us as an audience, because the movie set up, oh, you gotta avenge my death. All right, cool. So he's gonna grow up. He's gonna get the sword. He's gonna avenge his dad. No, he's gonna go on a fucking booty hunt for this random woman, and then he's gonna get her, and she's asleep on a bed, and then he has to fight a dragon or some shit, and robots, and then all of a sudden this leprosy guy is like, oh, I got the hots for this girl, and then he's gonna go rescue her, and then movie's over. No, movie's not over. What about the revenge? I'm sorry, did I miss something? I was so confused. Did I miss something, or is that actually what happened? That's what happened, right?
I
Okay.
think it's what happened.
Yeah.
Shit.
Maybe they were hoping for that sequel.
Garbage. Maybe that. Well, this is already part 4. I mean, I think there's another one after this, but I think release wise anyway. But anyway, garbage. But not obscenely bad. Bullet Blake. However, as a film on its own, it is a shit ass pile. It is a 1 barrel movie for me. Man, I really hate Sword and Sandal movies. I hate them. I just think they're the dumbest thing ever invented. Hey, you know what we should do? Let's make a movie where guys don't have shirts. What the fuck? Get some shirts, man. What's wrong with you? I mean, it's more. I think it's more of a problem in the Beastmaster movie when like everyone's walking around with their titties out except the ladies. But whatever, they get shirts. Fine. Oh,
Hey, that's not a bad thing depending on your audience.
Yeah.
No. Maybe that's why it rubs me the wrong way. I don't know, but
Rub
1
something.
barrel. not what I wanted. But anyway, yeah, 1 barrel. Garbage. Moving on. Rainbow Fright.
Yes. Again, I would have to agree, but I guess I'll be a little bit more lenient and give this one 1.5 barrels just because it was a valiant effort. He wrote, directed this, and he shot the film, and he was really trying to do something, that he was passionate about, and just unfortunately, his talent just wasn't all the way there. But I see where the effort was. But I just think if the editing was just a little bit different, because it was just so jarring in some areas, I had to go back and be like, did I miss something? Because it just was so, abrupt, the tones sometimes. And so, yeah, it was just, I know it was cheap, but it wasn't like cheap. Like it didn't cost $0. A lot of effort, sweat, and tears, you could tell, went into this. And so, yeah, but unfortunately, yeah. Yes, it didn't quite make my watch list for myself, or a suggested list for anybody else. So 1.5 barrels from me.
Love that. Well, this was, again, like we've been saying, this was definitely a movie. Was it the movie? No. Thank you for reminding me that there was an entire man made of leprosy in there. I completely forgot that. Thank you for your trauma dump. I appreciate that. This, honestly, 1/2 barrel is just me kind of being like, hey, I would have given them like 0, but we got to adjust for inflation. So like 1/2 barrel. Something was tried, like they tried for something with what Rainbow Fright said. Like you can tell that they tried for something. Did they miss the mark? I don't think they were in the county, let alone the zip code, but something happened, and so proud of them. And please never do this to me again. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hey, you got off easy with these. I mean, this is like kindergarten level. Some of the shit that some of the stuff I'm planning for this season is gonna hurt. Like you're watching knives covered in fire stab your eyes. So
I'm hoping I can top myself too, because last time I did get these guys to watch 2 movies with lots of male frontal nudity. It's just like,
okay. Was it on a website whose color schemes are gold and black?
No.
Okay.
No, unfortunately, no.
If you got that, you got that. Was this movie hubbed anywhere? Hint, hint. I'm just kidding.
There's some adult titles that are truly awful. Like the first thing that comes to mind is that Cosby Show one. Like, why? Why did you
Cosby
do that?
Show one? Wow.
Yeah, somebody made a Cosby Show adult film, and I was just like,
Oh
This
no,
is-
thank you.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah, I'm good there.
I don't think, at that point, you probably don't even watch for enjoyment. You're just like, I'm curious.
Like, where does he put the, where's he gonna put the pudding pops next? That's my question.
Oh god. Okay. Yeah,
I
back
actually
to
forgot to ask.
to,
This is out of five barrels, right? Not
Yeah,
four.
Yeah.
5.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
0 to 5.
Yes.
For me, I'm going to give it 1.5. Actually, I didn't hate it as much as some of the other movies that we've watched previously. So that's
Oh wait, sorry. What did Nino give it?
I gave it a half a barrel,
He gave
but
it a half.
again, I adjusted for inflation.
Got it. Okay, sorry, Blake.
He wanted to give it negative 17,000, but it's okay.
No.
But yeah, this movie, if I was a kid, I think I would have enjoyed it. But again, like, I liked movies with lots of violence in them as a kid, so it's fine. But as an adult, critiquing it as an actual, like, fully fledged movie from beginning to end, I thought it failed miserably. It was like it's I don't know who said it. It's like 4 different movies in one. I don't think they had a complete idea, and maybe they had a bunch of rewrites in there, but I can't imagine they put that much effort into a script anyways. So I'm going to say 1.5 because I have a baseline from other movies we've watched. If this was just me watching this, not comparing it to the others, it'd probably be 0. But I'm going to give it 1.5.
That's generous.
Okay.
Very nice.
And that's round 1. So now we have the movie that I think most people liked more. But let me get that synopsis up here.
You would think.
I would
Hey,
think.
I liked it. I mean, for different reasons.
You're super into ferrets.
This movie
Kodo and Kodo.
confirmed a lot of things for me. All right.
All right, I'm going to read this plot here, I guess. Hopefully it's a good one. I don't know. In the 3rd installment in the series, Dar, the Beastmaster, teams up with Seth to rescue his brother King Tal. They learn that the boy was captured by the evil Lord Agon, who has been sacrificing young prisoners in order to magically retain his youth and seeks to gain immortality by releasing the dark god Braxis from prison. Along the way, the heroes are assisted by a beautiful witch named Morgana, her acrobatic sidekick Bay, and a warrior woman named Shada. That's a much better synopsis than I was given for Quest for the Sword. So
Yep.
I guess that one plays
That's
all
a
right.
synopsis.
Yep.
So yeah, well, we're gonna go the opposite way this time. So Nino, you can kick it off.
Definitely enjoyed this movie. It was very easy to watch. Maybe didn't pay attention to a lot of things because so much male chest in this movie.
And die.
I'm surprised the movie wasn't sponsored by Milk Duds at this point. Honestly, I actually really liked it. It kind of was like a blend of like a, just I'm noticing like the blends of things, and this one was I felt like I was watching a blend of like Power Rangers, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and then like a sprinkle of Narnia in there. I was like, okay, like something's happening. Easy to watch, easy to digest. Women and men were so like hypersexualized in the late 80s and early 90s in these films. I'm surprised. Like, if I were watching this as a kid, I would definitely look at my dad and be like, that's my Halloween costume. Like, that's me, titties out. Like, but I think overall, in terms of the movie, I really enjoyed the pace. Some of the stuff I was just like, okay, you can tell this is a little cheesy. Some of the acting choices with, I forget her name, you said it, Blake. The lady with like in the pink who gets like captured and she like tries to steal the necklace thing. What is her name?
Shada.
Some of her acting choices with like the no, don't. You're not gonna take girl, stop.
Yeah, she was great. I loved her.
But it was and then the gentleman from, oh my god, I'm forgetting his name. Didn't he like the one who like just passed? Am I thinking of the right person?
Oh, Tony Todd. Yeah.
Tony Todd.
that was a real treat. So
Mhm.
no notes on Tony Todd. Like, love the man, but I loved this movie better for very different reasons. I'll leave it.
Okay. Rainbow.
Yeah, so I'm definitely glad I watched this one second because I also liked it way more. It was cool with having the animals there. I'm an animal lover, and seeing the lion in action at the start of the film was really cool. And the lion stayed with us throughout the whole film, which I love to see, along with the other pets of the Beastmaster. And as you know, even though I did like it more, it still is a shitty movie. Let's not forget that. I know Nino over here is drooling over it, but let's not forget that it is
Stop.
still a bad movie.
It's not
and
drool, it's allergies. I'm just
just allergies. It's clear. But like he mentioned too, Tony Todd, despite this being a subpar movie, he still is a powerhouse in this film. Like, he still carries his own, and when he's on screen, you're captivated, regardless of what tomfoolery is going on around him. So yes, that was a real treat seeing him, team up with our lead there. And it was just funny seeing these actors, because this is a film from '96, but they didn't find that great of actors, so it just felt like they plucked '90s folks. Like they just felt like a '90s movie, a typical modern '90s movie, and then just made a period piece with these like people who were living in the suburbs somewhere in California. They
That's a good
they
way
just
to
didn't
describe it.
portray the time period that they were trying to portray and all that shit. So it was just funny seeing that. The music though also was another thing that made this really palatable. I actually enjoyed when the music came on. It made me enjoy what I was watching even more. Because the music in the previous one almost kind of was distracting, but at least here it was a compliment to what was going on. But yeah, still not great. Still not great.
All right, MC.
It's funny when you pick this and you're like, oh, I picked it because I'm a big fan of the other ones, and I obviously in part 3 sucks. Look, is this the best Beastmaster movie? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I'd say it tops the first one in spades. I think it's
Get the fuck out of here.
No. Look, it's not a bad movie though. That's the shocking thing about this movie. It's not bad. I was really expecting some hot ass garbage, and it was cold. It was cold ass garbage. It sort of rode the line for me. I'm like, okay, this could get kind of stupid, and it wasn't amazing. Oh shit! Well, I'll get that later. It wasn't amazing, but it's not the kind of movie that makes you angry at it. And I was expecting to be really mad at it, and I didn't get there. And I kind of had to give the movie props for not making me angry, and I thought it would.
Oh my
God. There's a ton of stupid shit in it. Obviously, not up to the quality of the first one or even the second one, which. Look, these movies aren't known for their storytelling. The second one's about time travel. So obviously they kind of play fast and loose with whatever the fuck's going on in the logic of the world. And the ending of this turns into a Power Rangers episode. But beyond that, Mark Singer's really likable. He's really watchable. He's a good actor. Leslie Ann Down plays like a sexy witch in this. Tony Todd is awesome, and he's great as the sidekick kind of buddy. And I kind of wish they'd had, maybe done another one together. That would have been great. There's a lot of fun stuff in here. It's a pretty, lackluster kind of lame plot. It's another side quest kind of movie where they have to go rescue somebody. In this case, correct me if I'm wrong, Blake, but I don't recall Dar having a brother in the other movies. Am I wrong?
No,
okay.
He doesn't have no fucking brother.
Okay. All right, so that stood out to me. Like, what the fuck, Casper Van Dien? What are you doing here, looking like He-Man? I don't understand. But so I guess now he has a magical brother who's a king or something. It doesn't make any sense. That's the one gimme. But you got David Warner, who's a great actor. I mean, this guy was almost Freddy Krueger. Yes, he's given some shitty stuff to do, But David Warner's a solid actor. Tony Todd's a solid actor. Mark Singer's a solid actor. They're doing their best. You've got animals. Working with animals is so fucking difficult. I can't imagine having to train a ferret to go grab something. I mean, that's got to take months and months. Hey, train him how to pick up a little thing out of a bag. The lion, all that stuff. I mean, there's a lot that goes into a movie like this. I think Rainbow was praising the last movie for it just being a movie. I think there's more production value here. So I think there's more praise should be heaped on the making of this one. Is it Excalibur? Is it Conan? No. It's not even the first Beastmaster, but it's not a steaming bowl full of Taco Bell diarrhea. It is actually something I would watch again, which I'm shocked to say. Those are my opening thoughts. PC.
So yeah, we've already heaped a lot of praise on Mark Singer, Tony Todd, Leslie Ann Down, all fantastic actors in their own right. But the real funny thing is that this movie came out a year before Casper Van Dien did Starship Troopers, and a year before Sandra Hess, who played Shada, did Mortal Kombat Annihilation. And Annihilation sucked, but Starship Troopers is iconic. So it was just like a short time, and then he did Starship Troopers. And that was, I thought about that today as I watched, because it was the first time that I watched it thinking about that. So I just thought, just a weird little tidbit in my head. But the animals are fantastic. And you talked about training ferrets. Ferrets are actually, out of those animals, the easiest to train. The Navy used to train ferrets to run their conduit in submarines and ships because they could get into all the little nooks and crannies where other people could not.
Shit. That's cool.
They are super easy to train. I had a ferret named Bruce Campbell. He was awesome. I loved him. The movie, the first time I watched this movie, it was a letdown because I watched it right after I watched Beastmaster and Beastmaster 2. So it was a complete letdown watching it after those two because I love Beastmaster and I really love Beastmaster 2. And I've said multiple times, and I'll die in the hill, that Beastmaster 2 is actually a good movie. But with all that being said, this time that I watched it, I had a lot more fun with it. It was more enjoyable. I caught some things that I hadn't caught before. And okay, so David Warner's character, the wizard character, is it me or is it like every 5 minutes he's like, I need to be young again. Bring me another sacrifice. And it's over the top and so much fun. And every time he was on camera, he was just chewing and hamming it up, and it was great. And I think I really enjoyed this a lot more than I had previously. So yeah, that's all I got to say on that.
All right, Shasha.
All right, I'm gonna not sound redundant, other than saying it did warm my heart to see Tony Todd, and David Warner always plays a really good bad guy. So I'm gonna go right into the hair stuff because his brother, Surfer King, his hair was looking nice at the beginning of the movie, and at the end of the movie, it looked like a Party City wig. I don't know what happened.
Bye.
Maybe he cut it, and they had to do reshoots, and they had to put a wig on him because I don't understand that. Also, Shada, she had a layered haircut with highlights, curled and hairsprayed, pageant perfect. How are we living in these pre-medieval times with your hair? No,
That's what I'm saying, 90s girl. Just
yeah, it kept taking me out of the moment.
Yes.
Morgana, I thought she was going to tweak the guard's nipples when she had touched him like this. I was like, she's about to play with his nipples, but she didn't. But it was giving. She was about to do that. And I swear, Nino, I am not copying you. This is literally on my notes. That this lizard creature looks like an unused villain from the Power Rangers. That's what I literally wrote. But I think the issue with both these movies is because they were made in the 90s. I feel like the high point for Sword and Sorcery movies was like early 80s, aside from like the original ones, like Ben-Hur era, that type of stuff. But when there was a second like boom, it was like early 80s. So by 90 and 96, it's like these were already kind of passe. And it seemed like they might have just reused old sets from other more popular Sword and Sorcery movies.
Like the tomb part where they go in and rescue him, I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah. You know, I had already seen this movie, so it was easy to pick because I knew I hated it compared to the other two, and I love the first movie. I have like a ridiculous amount of it on physical media. I just bought the new VHS release of the first movie, and this movie is awful. And no, he doesn't have a brother in the first. I think Wings Hauser plays his brother in the second one.
Oh,
I think that's his like long lost evil brother or something. I think it's been a while since I watched the second one, but it still wouldn't make sense because then there's no way Wings Hauser could turn to Casper Van Dien. Let's be real. And I think his name is like Arklon or Acklin or whatever. Anyway, this movie. The problem with this movie is that it's made for TV. That's the biggest issue I had with it because the first two were clearly not made for TV. You have the TNA in the first ones. You have the blood in the first ones. This was very clearly like I would have watched it on TNT at 5:00 in the afternoon. Like it just didn't pack the punch that the original movie did for me. And as a child seeing the first movie, I loved the first movie. So this one just I got to critique it based on the predecessors, and it just got, I don't want to say progressively bad because I too like the sequel, and it's been a long time since I've seen it. But this movie's just awful compared to those. I know everyone's saying it's better than Quest for the Mighty Sword, but has everyone in here seen the first two movies?
Yeah, I remember. I don't know if anybody else is the same age as me or around my age, but I remember staying with my grandparents and they had HBO, and I would come home from school in first grade and Beastmaster was on at least twice a week.
The first time I ever saw it was on VHS at my grandmother's house. Actually, she owned it. So if you've seen the first two movies and you try to compare this to those, it's like this just doesn't belong. It's like Highlander: The Source compared to the first Highlander movie. It's awful. It's terrible. So I did not enjoy rewatching this, but I only half-ass paid attention because, like I said, I've seen it probably 5 times before this.
Well, you got pissed off because they replaced a sword too. Like,
dude, his sword looks so stupid in this one compared to the first movie.
But it's got all his animals on it.
It's so, and the animals are all different too. Like they're not like.
Wasn't it a tiger in the first two movies? Apparently, not.
Yeah.
So okay, that's a weird decision.
I wasn't into any of the changes they made. I wasn't into the TV aspect. I love the cast, like David Warner and Casper Van Dien and freaking Tony Todd. Like the cast is fucking awesome.
Oh, there's one thing I forgot to mention when you said Tony Todd. It reminded me when Morgana turned his animals into smaller animals, and Tony Todd was just petting the cat. That used to be the lion. that tickled me because.
Yep.
But yeah, those are my thoughts on it. So take it away, Nino.
I will easily give this one, I would say like a barrel and a half, you know? Definitely an elevated version from being just a movie. This one I felt had a little bit more like substance, a little bit more like chutzpah. Watching it, I really enjoyed that. I really just it inspired me to do so many things like work out and like, get my fitness on point and you know, say hi to every random stranger in a forest that I'll ever meet in case I'm on a quest to find a king. Like so many things. Like but like I mean, echoing what everyone said, it seems like we're all in alignment with it. Yeah, but a barrel and a half. She was a good one.
That was a good rating for you? 1.5? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I'm a tough critic.
Comparatively, especially. Like.
Yeah.
There's not much to work with. Okay. Like there's literally this was one editor shy of a paper mache class. Like come on.
All right, Rainbow.
So yeah, for Quest of Mighty Sword, you know, I gave it a 1.5, which for me on my little scale here, I have as bad, don't recommend, basically a D. So for this one, it is better. Interesting things going on, more interesting things. So I do give it a 2.5, which for me is okay. just okay. It's, also not necessarily something I'm going to recommend, but I didn't, want to like gouge my eyes out, or I didn't like want to like, curse Jose for making me a part of this. I was like, all right, this was a cool watch, and I can at least talk about it in the future if it ever comes up in conversation. But yeah, it was cool to see, men and women, kind of just battling together and teaming up and kind of just being equals. It was just cool seeing that dynamic, because in this type of, movie, the women could just easily be, second class. And I didn't really, get a whole lot, of that from this movie. And again, the music, I think, really helped to kind of, glue everything together. I really appreciated that. And we had great talent, on the cast. Again, Tony Todd and everybody else who I really don't have much familiarity with, but in this film, they all did really good. So yeah, it was a decent watch, but still bad. Again, it was still, not great, but on my scale, it gets an okay. So 2.5 barrels from me.
Respect that.
Very good. What was the name of the fucking lion? Was it Ruth?
Rue.
Rue.
Rue?
Rue.
Yeah.
I think Ruth would have been better. I'm like, sorry.
Okay.
I kept saying, Ruth, come over here, Ruth. I'm like, wow, Ruth is a fucking strange ass name for a lion,
Ruth
dude.
is ruthless, huh?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe it's one of those things, Stockholm syndrome, where you're kidnapped and you kind of just fall in love with your kidnapper, kind of a thing. We're 4 seasons into this thing. This was kind of great compared to some of the things we've seen. So my rating is sort of based on everything that I've seen up to this point. I'm gonna go 3 barrels on this. I thought it was okay. For me, 3 barrels it's okay. It's fine. It's good. Yeah, go watch it. You're not gonna kill yourself afterwards.
No.
Good cast, fun production value. I can see why they didn't make any more after this. Sandra Hess, I believe her name is, right, Professor? The young lady in this, fucking hot, super hot. And I'm like, oh yeah,
She was born in Switzerland.
Oh really? Well, there you go. Maybe that's why. But I was like, all right, we're gonna see some, and then we don't. And then I go, all right, TV movie. God damn it. But there's plenty of Mark Singer nipples for everyone, so I guess that's fine.
Thank you.
And
for standing in
thighs.
solidarity.
Everyone keeps forgetting the thighs.
Everyone keeps forgetting what?
The thighs.
Oh, no one forgot them. Though.
thighs.
I was just being,
God.
classy.
He needs some pants, that man.
No, he doesn't. I mean, no, he doesn't.
Let him be himself, right, Nino? Just let him be free.
Yeah, let it be free. It's like this takes place in medieval America and freedom and whatever.
Medieval America. That's what they wore back then. The girls were fully clothed, and the guys wore just like little strips.
Wait until what this group chat's gonna see with what I'm wearing to the gym. That's I got something for y'all.
Oh man. Well, if we inspire you to do some Beastmaster cosplay at the gym, then I think we've done our job here tonight.
I think I would literally get killed.
Probably. Hopefully not, but maybe. I will say my least favorite part of the movie was that fucking dumbass little wizardy fucking gymnastics idiot that shows up. Oh, hi. With his clown face. It's a fucking desert, man. Wash your fucking face. Why are you wearing clown makeup in the heat? Fucking, right this way. And then he would walk on fucking handstands. Get the fuck out of here. And then he's like, okay, yeah, come. We've got to go to the castle. Yes, mistress. And then he would like backflip out of here. Fuck you with the backflips. Just walk out. God, I hated that guy. Oh, can I join you, Beastmaster? No, dude. Get the fuck. What's wrong with you, man? Get out of here. I hated that guy.
They didn't even use it at the end. I thought at some point the Beastmaster would do something that would require him to have to flip up and do something, but they didn't.
Right.
There was no payoff for knowing that he can do these things.
Come, yeah. And then something I didn't get. Let's backtrack a bit. People in the forest, they get pulled over. They get attacked by
right on their broomstick. Yes, pulled over.
Yeah, they get pulled over by the bandits, and one of them is the bad guy from Death Warrant. When I'm blanking on his name right now. But
Patrick
he's
Kilpatrick.
yeah. He
Yeah.
ran for office in California. Actually, I didn't vote for him because like not that guy. But that guy kills people. So they're attacking these people and they break this little fucking statue that they had, and that's the statue of a god that we worshipped. And then the god shows up at the end of the movie and he's like a dragon. What the fuck? Why were they worshiping that? What the hell kind of religion is that? They were worshiping a killer dragon that was going to eat them. Nonsense. Still better than the last movie, and I'd watch it again. So 3 barrels. For Beastmaster 3, Las Aventuras de Dar. Okay, Professor Cinema, take it away.
Wow. So I'm probably on the same page as Rainbow. I'm gonna give this 2.5 barrels. Because like I said, I didn't hate it this time watching it. Like before, I would have given it probably a 1. But I didn't hate it this time. I had a lot of fun. I was giggling at the funny parts. Although I do think the little acrobatic dude was meant to be like comedic relief. Unfortunately, he provided no relief. But outside of that, I mean, I didn't really hate any of it this time. So yeah, 2.5 barrels.
All right. Shasha?
Y'all are gonna hate me,
Oh,
even
God.
though I love the look of.
She gonna
a
say
lot of
5.
characters. No, I'm going to say 1 barrel for Tony Todd because I like the quest for the mighty sword better.
Wow.
I'm probably the only one.
Did we see the same movie, friend?
Wow.
I like the little snotty troll dude and all the weirdness of that. Yeah. Like there were, I'm only going based on there's certain parts of the Beastmaster 3 that I wanted to fast forward through, and I didn't really fast forward through much of the quest, so I'm going solely based on that. And also the David Warner parts I played at 2 points. It's crazy. You play him at 2 point speed and he sounds normal. I'm like,
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, how slowly was he talking at regular speed? But yeah, that's the only reason why I'm giving it a lower score is because enjoyability, rewatchability. I see myself rewatching Quest for the Mighty Sword before I rewatched Beastmaster 3.
Wow. Okay.
I like trash. I'm a raccoon. Trash
I was just gonna say, you're a little
Trash panda.
raccoon in the movie trash.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, yeah. What did I give the last movie? What was it?
I will
One
tell
and a
you
half?
right now, you're 1.5.
All right, then I'm gonna give this one 1 because honestly, I'm with Shasha too. I like the Quest for the Mighty Sword more than this, and it might just be because this was the first time I watched Quest for the Mighty Sword, and I'm already burnt out on Beastmaster 3, and this movie just doesn't do it for me. Like I would rather watch Beastmaster 2 20,000 times over before I'd want to watch Beastmaster 3 ever again. So I'm giving it 1 just because of the cast and the score is significantly better than Quest for the Mighty Sword, but otherwise I don't like made for TV movies. I mean, you got movies that come out that are all about tits and fighting, and this movie is all about not that. So
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna give it a 1 because I don't have any desire to ever watch this again, but I think I would watch Quest for a Mighty Sword on like an acid trip, like just hanging out with like 5 other people, just like.
I mean, I think that would be a good time.
See, yeah, or just getting drunk with friends watching that would be more fun for me than watching Beastmaster 3. But again, if I was going to watch a Beastmaster movie with all my friends, I wouldn't watch the first one either. I would watch Beastmaster 2 just because of the whole fucking time traveling shit in the car, and I mean Wings Hauser is in it, so.
Okay, there's a car. I have never seen Beastmaster shit. So I'm like, this is all new to me.
He travels to LA.
You gotta watch
He
it.
travels to LA in the 80s. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
It's
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
it kind of works. Actually, I just got a message from Beastmaster 3, Blake. It says, it doesn't want you to watch it again. It says, "Fuck you, bro."
Oh, well, fuck you too, Beastmaster 3.
I'll text it right back. He says, "Fuck you, dude."
That's,
Sorry, man.
I'll take that barrel away, you motherfucker.
No. What's up, Tyler?
In a way, we're all trash pandas in our souls.
I mean, yeah,
Uh,
we love trash cinema around here. So
Yep.
Well, I feel we started off season 4 pretty nicely. This is kind of a smooth. It was kind of like this is the Astroglide part of it.
yeah, I mean, like,
What are these
It's a soft
references?
whisper before we shove it in.
Bruh.
this is the smooth transition into some crazy shit. Blake, do you have the wheel of pain?
you know what? No, I don't have it. Hold on, I gotta try and remember where the fuck it is.
Okay, I can pull it up if you want me to.
Trash
but
pandas and
but-
Mastroglide. That's how
Same
we're
thing.
describing today. I love this.
While we're pulling this up, Rainbow Fright, tell us about your channel a little bit. Give us some plugs. What do you got coming up?
Yeah, so what do I have coming up? I just released a comparison video on the original and remake of Cat People, so check that out. That series has been going on for about a year, and Cat People is kind of like the anniversary of me kicking that series off. And soon here, I'll be releasing my top 10 horror movies of 2024, either Saturday or Sunday, so keep an eye out for that. And the week after that, I've actually got an interview with Jose and the gang. He just came out with his film Heretics in 2024. And yeah, I got to chat with him and two of his actors and producer, Brendan Patrizzo. That'll be out the following Friday or Saturday. And then some other stuff coming out, but yeah, check me out at Rainbow Fright on YouTube. On Instagram, it's at DeRayRay. There you'll get some more personal posts. And then you can find me on other social media. It's going to either be Rainbow Fright or DeRayRay, depending on what's going on. But yeah, just find me through that.
Love that.
Yeah.
You're muted.
Am I?
No, Jose.
I am muted. Blake, I put the thing down at the bottom. If you want to just grab it, my link, I shared it.
Oh.
Nino, why don't you tell us about yourself and where people can find you?
Hi, you can find me at my house. But like don't. So my name is Nino Daniel. I do horror, comedy, and dance content. You can find me on TikTok and while we still have it, praise be. And Instagram
Yes.
at official Nino Daniel. I am also one half of Paranormal Misfits podcast. Our season 2 is starting on February 8th, I believe. And Jose's been a longtime friend of ours. It's just a lot of fun. My content primarily focuses on movie reviews and doing dumb shit and dancing. So catch me on social media, and I'm taking requests, just, more of like topless men with good pecs and not so much more of men with flesh colored hair that looks like they're balding, preferably.
Flesh colored hair. Fuck, that's good.
I mean, honestly, he was like
Yeah.
the Spencer Pratt of that movie.
Where's the paranormal podcast posted at?
Paranormal Misfits podcast.
Oh,
You can
Misfits,
listen to
sorry.
it at any place where your podcasts are played: Apple, Spotify, iHeart, YouTube. And last year, we were actually in the top 15% of video podcasts on Spotify.
Oh, that's great.
Amazing.
Yeah. And also, I'm just really fun and I love doing this stuff. So, like, follow me, but not to my house because I have a crossbow now. I got it for Christmas.
That's good. It's a good warning.
Thanks, Jose. I didn't have the crossbow before I met you. So, maybe you were like, it was like the serendipitous moment,
He's like, I think I should get a crossbow.
After meeting you and you dropping me off on Sunset Boulevard, I was like, nah, maybe I should probably get a crossbow.
Yeah,
I
I
want
get
to
that.
hear that story.
I get that. Good times. Best money I ever spent. Anyway, let's spin the wheel here. Last person standing will be the host for the next episode. Away we go. I already have my movies picked, so I hope it's me. And I bet you. Oh, I'm gonna. Oh
You
no.
spoke and you jinxed yourself.
Are you out? Does that mean you're out?
I'm out. All right. Well,
Oh.
Professor and Lady Shasha, I hope you have at least something picked out. If not, then this will be a really boring ending. Oh, lady.
Lady Shasha.
Well, it's on.
That's a shame because I also had my movies picked out.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
I'm sure you
I'm
did.
so excited.
No, I sent him to Bullet before the stream started.
Ah, dang it. Okay, well, Lady Shasha, go
I
ahead.
have-
Do
I have
you have it
two.
picked out?
Yes, I have Pistol Waving New Haven, which is it's a Tubi movie. For some background, in Connecticut, even though we're known for being, preppy and upper crust and all that BS, we do have hoods and they have nicknames. So Hartford was called the Heartbeat, and Bridgeport was called Bloodsport. Waterboro was called the Dirty Water, and New Haven was called Pistol Waving New Haven or Gun Waving New Haven. And they made a movie called Pistol Waving New Haven.
No way.
Yes.
Oh, this is 3 fucking hours, dude.
Wait,
But the next movie is not.
3.5, bro.
3.5. This is longer than freaking what is it? The Brutalist.
Yeah. So there
Uh-uh.
there is a time limit. We didn't tell you this.
Yeah.
Well,
Both
my other
movies-
movie, my other
Okay.
movie is only an hour long though.
It
That's
can only
still
be
5
4
hours.
hours. It can only be 4 hours total.
Okay, so
Dude,
All right,
what the
so
hell? It's
I'm-
like a mini series. What the shit?
so I'm going. Okay, I will replace Pistol Waving New Haven with I think it's called The Guy Who Got Chased in the Street. Hold on.
Wow, what a title.
I think the actor who got
Oh
chased
my
in the street.
god.
The guy who got chased around the city?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah, the actor that got chased around the city.
The actor?
I feel like the title of the movie is longer than the film itself. At this point.
What the hell?
The
Here
actor
it
who
is.
got chased.
Chased around
First
the
of
city.
all, that's grammatically incorrect. It should be who got chased.
Yeah, I know. It's called and
It's more
only,
real. It's more real
Yeah.
than it's wrong.
It's only an hour long, and it's on
Okay.
Tubi for free.
Okay.
And
All
I'm
right.
pairing
Sparing
I'm
us.
pairing that with African American Psycho.
Okay.
Oh, it's real. Oh, it's real. The hip hop freak.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the full title. So African American Psycho, the Hip Hop Freak.
Wow.
Okay.
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 Is this the same filmmaker? I thought.
Is this
Yeah,
on
no.
Tubi?
yes.
Oh, they're both on Tubi.
They're both on Tubi. It's the same filmmaker. He also did the movie called The Rapper Who Got Shot in the Heel, and the woman who didn't know who she married. I think that's another one of his movies.
Wow. So he's
Yeah.
terrible at titles.
We could do without one less word, maybe, you know.
Right. Okay. African American Psycho, and the actor who got shot in the tits. What's it called?
No,
Yeah,
the
it's
actor
called-
who got chased around the city in Los Angeles at the dawn of the rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, that one.
Part one.
Part 1. Section A.
What the? Oh wow! Well, this is a very, very interesting corner of cinema that I have not explored, and I'm looking forward to this, dude. I was scared when I saw 3.5 hours. I'm like, she's gone nuts, man. She's trying to kill us.
Yeah, that's
I
mean-
mean, these are good.
yeah, I'm okay with both of them.
If you did want to do that long one, you'd have to find like a short to pair it with. But yeah, 4 hours is the limit. I think that's what we all decided on, mainly because I had a long one in mind. They're like, no, let's put a time limit quick, and then they all shut me down. But yes,
Yeah.
so
Next go around, I'll find a short horror then to go with that, like something that's like 20, 30 minutes short horror film.
oh god, 3 hours. Wow, man, Jesus. Okay.
Well, this way, if you haven't noticed, the runtime on the actor movie and the African American Psycho are both only about an hour. I think one is
Okay,
like an
great.
hour and 8 minutes, and one is like 57 minutes. Like that's all he needed.
That's all he needed to tell his story. But that other one, it needed a lot of time.
Does that one come with like what's it called, an intermission?
I didn't. When I first watched it, I didn't make it through the whole thing. I was like, this is so bad I've got to have.
Did you watch it on 1.75 speed, Lady Shasha?
No, I didn't because I was watching on the Tubi app on my TV, and I don't know how to adjust it. I don't think you can adjust the speed on the
No.
Roku app on the TV.
You can do it on Chrome. If you watch it through Chrome, there's an extension for Tubi.
Okay.
So there's a hack for that. But Jesus, dude.
But I said, I didn't finish it. I don't know how it ends.
I don't know how it begins, so we're kind of in the
it'll
same.
be great.
It's the same.
It's one of these movies where I don't think there was a script. I think it was just this person had a camera. They hired their friends. They improvised each scene in the same apartment and outside of that same apartment.
Wow.
Have
And
you
it's 3
watched
hours.
Heretics by Jose Prendez?
Not yet, but
Hey,
it
but
is
that
on my
worked.
watch list.
That worked. Hey, it did. That
It did.
96,000 acre house that you guys had. with
Yes,
the
exactly.
basement.
A good, expansive haunted house. All right. Blake, you want to plug anything?
I mean, I don't have anything coming up. I'm just waiting on my Vinegar Syndrome package for January. I don't know if have you gotten yours from Black Friday, MC?
I just got my Black Friday thing like yesterday, dude.
Right on. I have an unboxing coming out tomorrow for the Demolition Man 4K, or not Demolition Man, Inglourious Bastards 4K that I just got from Arrow. But that's all I have set to go right now. So.
By the way, I agree with you about the keep packaging. It sucks.
It sucks ass, man.
It's so lame, dude.
Like I definitely want the imprint version. It just looks better. It's very clear that they made it to look like it was supposed to be cut through.
Yeah.
So they even put like little white like etching on it so it would show up that way on photographs. It's just it's shitty.
Shitty. Surprisingly shitty. Yeah. Lady Shasha, you want to plug anything?
Oh, sure. I just did a out of the theater reaction to The Wolfman, the newest one that comes out tomorrow. We had a screening in Altamont Springs, Florida, which is pretty cool because we don't get all the screenings down here. I also have some best of and worst of lists coming next week and some more live streams. Not sure what order I'm going to do them in, so that's why I'm not saying what they are about. Because whenever I say, I'm going to do this on Tuesday, no, I'm not. I'm going to do something else on Tuesday and then do what I told you I was going to do on Tuesday on Thursday because it just made more sense when I wrote it down. So.
Yeah.
Oh, but I am on, I'm still on TikTok. I'm horror freak on everything. I'm on TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, Instagram, and now Red Note, which I have learned a few things in Chinese so far, which is really, really cool. That's where they're calling us TikTok refugees, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, that's fun.
But they love us there, though. Are you noticing the love?
Yes, they're so sweet. They're like, oh, welcome. We want to, talk to you more. What do you think of this? And it's a really, really lovely community. Like super, super nice and friendly.
They're great.
I hope Americans don't ruin it. I hope they don't get over there without shenanigans.
Did you hear the legislation that's going to get passed, though, or that already is in the works in China? Is they're going to separate American and Chinese users by their IP, so we actually will be separate from them.
Oh, that sucks. Because that's what made it so interesting was being able to interact and so what was the funny thing is some of these school children were on there asking the Americans for help with their English homework. They're like taking screenshots of their homework, like which is the right answer? The Americans are it's C is the right answer. It was really cute.
Wait, so what is I'm out of the loop. Red Note.
Red Note. Yeah.
What is
so
that?
Red Note, picture an amalgamation of TikTok, of Tumblr and Instagram sort of put together, but it's way more intuitive. Like you have 3 different For You pages. You have a following, you have a discover, and you have a For You page. Your For You page can be broken down into categories based off of what you like, whether it's health, fitness, working out, hot Asian men taking their shirts off, like anything else that's on Lady Shasha. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just so fun. The only thing that kind of sucks is there's no translation to English yet other than the language that you selected in. Mm-hmm. So everyone's like, say hi. And I'm like, I don't know how to type that, babe. Because I have Roman numeral letter-ish looking things, and y'all have your language, and I don't want to be rude or disrespectful. I just don't know what to, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But there is the ongoing joke, the number one joke with the TikTok refugees from America coming to Red Note. Someone had said that, why do Americans eat like their healthcare is free?
That was funny.
That's
Number
good.
one
Systemic
joke. And I was like,
advantage.
and also, how
Systemic.
did we learn Mandarin Chinese in 48 hours?
Necessity and
Okay.
Google Translate. Actually, I finally learned how to subtitle my videos in multiple languages. Now I'm gonna go back and
Hey, send me the
read.
link to that, please. Thanks so much.
Okay. Are you using an Android phone or iPhone?
iPhone.
Okay, I'm not sure if it's on iPhone. I know it's on Mac. There's a Mac app for it, but I don't know if all the Mac apps are also for the iPhone apps. I have a MacBook Pro computer, but I don't have an iPhone, so I never know what's for what. But I will send it to you.
Thanks, friend.
No problem.
This is fun.
Mhm.
Great.
Right on.
Nino, Rainbow, thank you for joining us. We'll have you back. This is a rebuilding season for us. We're sort of we're doing tryouts for permanent members of the Voyage, and you guys have just auditioned for us. So thank you so much for taking the time
When's
to do
the
that.
callback, Mr. Director?
I thought we were auditioning for them. Like, can they take this? Can they deal with this kind of madness?
Well, it seems like they could. It seems like they can hang. So that's good.
Mhm.
That's good. Would you guys like to come back? I mean, I think we've got stuff scheduled for next time, but in the
I'm so down.
future,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
And this is one. Wait, Rainbow, go ahead for answer the question.
No,
I'm over here
please,
just
no.
asking.
Keep
No.
going.
Well, I just my question. This is once a month, correct?
Once a
Yeah.
month.
Oh, girl, please have me back. Like, I
Okay.
could do this. I could do this. Watching that 3-hour movie about waving New Haven, craving something, saying I can't do that.
You're gonna miss that episode. Okay, gotcha.
Well, remember,
I think
you
I'm
have
busy
to
that night. I think I'm talking to my grandma on Ouija that night, so I'm busy. But like, y'all go ahead.
Well, remember, you have to choose movies that are so bad. The goal is to get 0 barrel.
Quite literally, my birth is on tape, so we'll start there.
Oh,
call
God.
we'll call it a documentary.
It has to be on IMDb though, right?
I am
Is
an
that a
IMDb
rule?
certified.
It has
Yeah.
to be. It has to be available to watch. Like you can watch
Yeah.
it on YouTube,
I'll get a
IMDb.
link. Just kidding.
You'll get a link.
Yeah, we mostly go with the free apps so that
Yeah,
everyone watching can
definitely.
also watch it. Yeah.
Anything. There's some bad ones on Tubi, so I'll have a hoot with that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, not only does it have to be available to watch, when it's your turn to host, you have to host it on YouTube. Nino, do you have a YouTube channel? I don't remember if you do.
I
or not.
do, yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. Obviously, I know Rainbow does. So,
Rainbow,
so
would you
that's
come
good.
back?
I guess so.
Oh,
I'll put her on the spot. My bad, friend. I'm sorry.
Rainbow, I want you to know that Lady Shasha was like, we should bring in Rainbow Fright. I go, yeah, I know.
Freaking Lady Shasha.
She's like, don't ask me. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. Don't ask me.
I'm just like torturing her.
Just
I
trying
don't
to
know why.
avoid it. I feel like
We
that
did
kid at the end of
this.
class that's like, you never collected the homework. Like,
Because we did this before, and I was glad to because we did guilty pleasures with
Yeah.
LD and some other folks, and that was a really tough year to get through, And so if we're gonna do something again together, I just didn't want to be like a bunch of bad movies. And then Jose and I were doing the whole heretics scheduling and all of that, and he's like, "Hey, you want to join in on this?" And I was just caught up in the moment, and I'm kind of sucked back in, So, yeah, I mean,
No
I love Lady
pressure.
Shasha, I love Jose, and I love you, Nino, and I've met the two of you, Bullet and Professor Cinema, and so, you know what? Why the hell not? Why not? Let's do
I
it.
mean,
Let's
yes.
Let's do it.
All right,
But-
okay, well, good. We've got 2 folks we didn't scare off. That's really good. Next week we'll have 2 new people. Not next week. Next month we'll have 2 new people
Bruh.
joining us for Lady Shasha's episode, and then maybe we'll do a third episode with 2 other people, and then we'll and then the team, the Voyagers that are anchors will will decide who gets to come back and get tortured. I mean, have fun with us
A blast.
for the rest of season 4. I guess that's it. I guess that's a wrap. I will be doing a review of Wolfman with my buddy Haunted Hippie. We're watching it tonight. And that's coming out, I guess, tomorrow. I think it's I don't know. I'm going in with like feelings of it. This is gonna be some shit, but I will try to be open minded as possible.
Right on.
That's all.
It's definitely gonna get some more barrels than freaking Quest of the mysterious sword that's given to the man in the first 8 minutes of the movie.
Like the two-headed robot that he cuts in half.
That part was trippy. I'm like, I'm watching this, right? Like, I'm really like, I'm okay.
And they get stuck, and it's like their head's the only thing that's blocking them. What the fuck?
I literally was like, this inspired Grand Theft Auto, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
It was that movie. Yeah, that's a wrap.
Let's get out of here. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.